Welcome friends. You're watching Knowledge Park, the channel where we break down complex science into simple, trustworthy facts. Female sexual arousal and orgasm are among the most complex, misunderstood, and fascinating biological phenomena in human evolution. Unlike the male orgasm, which is quick, predictable, and directly tied to ejaculation, the female orgasm is layered, variable, emotional, psychological, and deeply evolutionary. Today, we explore the entire journey of female sexual response, from the biology to the psychology, from the orgasm gap to evolutionary theories, from brain chemistry to cultural influences, and from ancient mammalian reflexes to modern human relationships. This is a full scientific deep dive, only facts, only evidence, no myths. Female sexual desire is neither linear nor predictable. While men typically require physical stimulation, women can experience arousal through touch, fantasy, reading, emotional intimacy, visual stimulation, sensory memories. This means women can enter the arousal stage even without direct physical contact. Physiology of arousal. During early arousal, blood flow increases in the clitoris, vulva, and vaginal walls. The vaginal canal lubricates. Nipples may harden. Skin may flush. Muscle tone increases. This progresses into the plateau phase, where physiological changes intensify, preparing the body for orgasm. The 4 phases of sexual response. 1. Desire, arousal, interest, fantasy, sensory stimulation, emotional closeness. 2. Plateau. Heightened breathing, increased muscle tension, pelvic blood flow peaks. 3. Orgasm. Rhythmic involuntary contractions. Pelvic muscles, vaginal walls, cervix, uterus. Plus the release of more than 40 neurochemicals, including oxytocin, dopamine, endorphins, serotonin, prolactin. Resolution. Women return to baseline slowly, and unlike men, they do not have a refractory period, making multiple orgasms biologically possible. The orgasm gap. Beyond multiple orgasms, some women report extended orgasms, episodes where orgasmic sensations and heightened sensitivity last longer, from several seconds to a few minutes. These are uncommon but documented and tied to intense, sustained stimulation. Let's talk about the orgasm frequency gap, one of the most documented differences between men and women. Key statistics. 90-95% of heterosexual men usually or always orgasm during partnered sex. Only 50-70% of heterosexual women do. The always orgasm rate for women drops to 30%. Time to orgasm also differs on average. Studies report men often reach ejaculation within 3 to 10 minutes of partnered sexual activity, while women typically require 5 minutes or more of focused stimulation, with substantial individual variation. This timing mismatch contributes to the orgasm gap. Penetration alone is not enough. This is crucial. 81.6% of women say vaginal intercourse alone is not sufficient to orgasm. Orgasm likelihood increases to 51 to 60% when there is simultaneous clitoral stimulation. Masturbation orgasm rates 92% plus. Proving that the capability exists, the stimulation often does not. Sexual orientation differences. Lesbian women, 83 to 86% orgasm reliably. This suggests communication, technique, and focus on non-penetrative stimulation make a major difference. The anatomy of pleasure. The clitoris, the most important organ in female orgasm, contains 8,000 plus nerve fibers, the highest concentration in the human body. Externally small, but internally it extends around the vagina like a wishbone. More than 90% of female orgasms involve clitoral stimulation. The G-spot explained. Modern studies show the G-spot is not a separate organ, it is the internal clitoral structure accessed through the anterior vaginal wall. CVD, clitoral vaginal distance. One of the most important anatomical factors. Women with ACVD under 2.5 cm are more likely to orgasm from penetration alone. When the clitoris is farther from the vaginal canal, external stimulation becomes necessary. This supports the evolutionary theory that the clitoris shifted position over time, reducing the likelihood of orgasm from penetration alone. Brain imaging or body responses. During orgasm, brain scans reveal Prefrontal cortex turns off. Less self-awareness. Feeling of losing control. Nucleus accumbens becomes highly active. Intense pleasure and reward. Hypothalamus activates. Massive oxytocin release, bonding hormone. Cerebellum fires. Rhythmic muscle contractions. Aftershocks. Many women experience 30 to 60 seconds of spontaneous pelvic muscle twitches after orgasm, a normal result of sustained nerve firing. Stress reduction benefits. Orgasm reduces cortisol, stress, pain sensitivity, emotional tension, and increases oxytocin, dopamine, endorphins. Evolution of the female orgasm. There are two major evolutionary hypotheses. Byproduct hypothesis, most widely accepted. Core idea. The female orgasm exists as a developmental byproduct of the male orgasm. Why? Both the penis and clitoris develop from the same embryonic tissue. Males needed the orgasm reflex to ejaculate into evolutionary pressure. Females inherited the same wiring to orgasm exists, but not required for reproduction. Evidence. Early mammals relied on induced ovulation, triggered by stimulation similar to orgasm. As humans evolved into spontaneous ovulators, orgasm was no longer required. The clitoris shifted away from the vaginal canal, reducing stimulation during intercourse. Adaptive hypotheses, secondary functions. Although orgasm may not be required for reproduction, it can still serve adaptive roles. A. Sperm retention. Uterine and pelvic contractions may help move sperm upward, enhancing chances of conception. B. Mate choice, sperm competition. Women tend to orgasm more with partners they find emotionally supportive, attractive, attentive, committed, skilled in foreplay. This may subconsciously influence mate selection. C. Pair bonding. Oxytocin and prolactin released during orgasm promote bonding, trust, emotional connection, long-term partnership stability. This increases cooperative parenting success, a strong evolutionary advantage. Cross-species evidence. Some mammals such as cats, rabbits, ferrets, camels require genital stimulation to trigger ovulation. These orgasm-like reflexes strongly support the idea that early human ancestors had a similar biological mechanism, later lost through evolution. Psychology, emotion or culture. Female orgasm is deeply influenced by emotional safety, trust, relationship quality, mental focus, stress, body image, past experiences, cultural influence. Human sexuality is not purely biological, it is also shaped by upbringing, religion, cultural scripts, societal expectations, learned behavior, communication patterns. These factors greatly influence how often women experience orgasm. A practical technique often used to increase pleasure is the start-stop method, pausing stimulation just before climax, then resuming once arousal has partially subsided. When practiced with communication and consent, start-stop can prolong arousal and sometimes intensify the eventual orgasm. Myths vs facts. Myth: women should orgasm from penetration alone. Fact: only till 15% do. Clitoral stimulation is essential for most women. Myth: if a woman doesn't orgasm, something is wrong with her. Fact: variation is normal, many factors influence orgasmic response. Myth: the G-spot is a magical separate organ. Fact: it is part of the internal clitoral network. Myth: men and women experience sexual arousal the same way. Fact: female sexual response is far more complex and multifactorial. Female orgasm is a deeply complex interplay of anatomy, neurobiology, psychology, relationship dynamics, cultural influences, evolutionary history. Unlike the male orgasm, which is directly tied to ejaculation, the female orgasm is more variable, more emotional, and far richer in evolutionary and social meaning. Biological and medical factors also influence orgasmic response. Menopause often reduces lubrication and can lower orgasm intensity due to decreased estrogen. Conditions like polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, can affect libido and sexual response in some women. Pain during intercourse, certain medications, and hormonal shifts may also hinder orgasm. Understanding this complexity helps couples improve intimacy, communication, and sexual satisfaction, closing the orgasm gap and creating healthier, more fulfilling relationships. This video is for educational purposes only. Individual experiences vary widely. If someone experiences persistent difficulty achieving orgasm, consulting a qualified medical professional or sex therapist may be helpful. This video does not provide medical diagnosis or treatment. Thank you for watching this deep scientific exploration. If you found this valuable, please like the video, share it with others, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Knowledge Park. Don't forget to tap the bell icon so you never miss our latest science-based content.